Like, they always asking questions like, how are you gonna do that? How you gonna buy your car? How you gonna get your apartment? How you gonna get your job? How you gonna quit your job? I just get it done. That's just who I am, you know?
All he wanna do is gas me. How we end up in the backseat, just trying to get to the bag. We on the same page, you the same way. Only keep the fam around me, so let me know what it's gonna be. I don't plan on getting no sleep.
Hi, my name is Ihana. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be taking you all through the story behind how I quit my corporate job. I wanted to do this as like a get ready with me, but I don't wear a lot of makeup and I don't see the purpose in that. So I'm going to take you guys through my morning routine and through the different steps as I go through my story. We're just gonna start here. I do have a 12-hour set day ahead of me, so I just want to make sure I'm comfortable, I look good, I feel good, I smell good. So let's start with the backstory, okay? Ooh. I'm gonna take that off before I take this off. Let's start with the backstory of my career path in general. In 2020, that was my junior year of college. I was really just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then a global pandemic hit and I was just like, oh, well, I don't even know what I should be even thinking about right now. I decided to look for a corporate job because honestly and truly, y'all, I was scared. I wasn't ready to have this level of uncertainty after graduating college, given the circumstance going on. It wasn't until I got the job that I was like, wait, but what's my plan? Because I don't want to do this shit forever. And I knew that. I decided I'm going to stay at my corporate job for a year. I'm going to reevaluate. I quickly got into that job, probably 3 months as I got into the job. I realized, given the pay and given my responsibilities as an adult, what if I'm not able to jump ship in a year like I want to? And that pissed me off. So I decided to get a little comfortable. I wanted to be a filmmaker and I knew I wanted to go freelancer. But I wanted to do it in a way that felt safe because at the time everything just felt unsafe. And then I just started having a very rough time. I just was not happy. I didn't like how much money they was paying me.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress.
I took this job because I was a desperate college student, and now I'm struggling. I'm not the type of person who can just sit in a situation that I don't like. I felt that negatively affecting my mental health. There were some days where before I would go into work, I would literally be crying. I was talking to my family members and, a lot of older, especially Black elders are always just like, you went to college, you have a job, what's the problem? And I felt like I was very alone in seeing the vision outside of the job. I think a lot of other people really struggled to understand how I was going to execute it. You're not going to move to LA? Hell no, I'm not moving to LA. And it was like, so how the hell are you going to do this? And as I'm figuring this out and trying to take my time, I really was trying to take my time, but the situation I felt like was doing more harm to my mental than good. There were just a lot of situations at work that were stressing me out. I don't know if I'm making the right decision, but I have to jump ship. I can't figure it out here. I'm gonna go get dressed. I'm gonna go walk my dogs, and then I'm gonna come back and tell y'all how I made that transition. The shirt is just from Target. These pants are from Victoria's Secret Pink. The only thing I hate is that they don't have pockets right here. But they have a back pocket and a pocket right here. These shoes are New Balance 530. They're a size too big. New Balance's sizing is weird. Fanny pack from Target. Miss Rose Era herself. I'm not really into florals, but this perfume, y'all, is insane with how long it stays on your body. Let's get into the juicy nitty-gritty of how I actually quit. So here's some actionable steps that I think anybody can do when it comes to wanting to quit your job and get up out of there, okay? I started preparing to quit 6 months in advance. So I gave myself a date. I drafted up a resignation, I quit email, and I scheduled that joint to go out for when I needed it to go out. I know that some people are like, dang, what happens if things don't go right within the 6 months? The key to this is, if you give yourself a date, stick to it. And I always kept that date in my head of like, oh, that's my last day. Quitting your job is scary no matter what. That's just the truth. Now, I didn't do it in my job email. I know people like to act like y'all got privacy in them, but I don't think so. I scheduled it from my personal email to my folks. The second thing I did was I started to find ways to replace the income that I was already making. I started looking for jobs that would fit within the certain requirements that I knew I needed post leaving this job. I wasn't leaving my corporate job to go to another job. I was leaving my corporate job to leave corporate America. So I'm not about to apply for another job that sounds just like my job. That don't make no sense. So I started looking for part-time opportunities that paid me similar or close to what I was already getting paid at my job, making sure that they are media related. I had to still be using the same skills because if you don't use them, you lose them. And 2, the pay had to be right. 3, it had to be close to my house or remote. It was no more, I'm not traveling all across the state, 50 miles, 100 miles a day. I'm not doing that. Those were the parameters, okay? As soon as I drafted up that email and scheduled send, I really started taking that time to look on LinkedIn. During my lunch, I was taking interviews. I planned on quitting in December. In November, I got a job. I remember I took off of work for the interview. Like, stick to the plan, y'all. Like, that's the whole point. You really do have to have faith and just stick to the plan, because in November, when I was supposed to quit next month and I still didn't have a way to replace the income, I didn't reschedule the email. I just was like, you know what, like, it's gonna come together, and I know it will. It was able to replace a huge chunk of the income that I have, but also allowed me to work from home and on weekends. So my third tip is to keep it low key. And anybody who was on my team or worked with me could probably see that I wasn't the happiest. So I don't think anybody was surprised when they actually found out, oh shit, she actually leaving. I didn't tell people, yeah, I have a resignation letter sitting in my email. Yeah, I wasn't telling everybody everything, y'all. I wasn't telling people that I had found a job when I did. Don't be telling everybody. Because I think what's more embarrassing is getting fired before you quit. I had a situation where I went into a job to quit and got fired that same day, so I just refused. Like, no. The fourth thing I did, I started building my freelance business. Like, I didn't wait until I quit to be like, let me focus on freelance work. I had a rule, and this is just the way I approached it. My rule was, if I made more money doing a side job in a day versus what I was getting paid at my corporate job, I was taking off and I was doing the side gig. Them emails, I will be off on was sent, okay? I remember one time I took off 3 days to shoot a conference, and this was like literally 2 weeks before I quit. I made double what I was supposed to make that month in 3 days, and I went back to work and finished out the rest of the month. Y'all not about to play with my money.
Oh, just give me my money. Just give me my money. Okay, give me my money. Okay, give me my money.
I need my money. Don't play with it. I was going to networking events. Everybody would be like, honey, you're always going out and doing cool things. No, I'm trying to get out of here. And yo, that was hard because I would be at work and I worked far. So I would be going into the city an hour away from my job, closer to where I live, but I'd be like, bro, like after work, imagine going to a networking event after work. You just had a long day, you done sat in an hour worth of traffic, and then you show up to a networking event and you're like, hi, my name is Dehana. Like, it was a lot, y'all. I joined a women in film group, and I would get daily emails of jobs that were going on in the city, and if it made sense, I was at it. Don't wait until you quit to start building up your business or doing accomplishing your goals. Do that. You can do that simultaneously. So after I quit, I really felt like I had enough cushion to be like, okay, I am not jumping into like a new industry with no experience. The fifth thing I did was have a conversation with my family and my friends. So I think this is really important because I didn't want to just spring it on them. I think this just depends on your family, who your friends are. If you don't think that they would be supportive, then maybe it's better to not tell them. I had to have a conversation with my boyfriend about that because we live together, and I had to let him know, like, we live together. We got bills to pay, and I'm just letting you know I'm taking a risk. I just let the people closest to me know. They were all pretty receptive to it. Like, they always asking questions like, how are you gonna do that? They ask me that about every single thing that I've done. How you gonna buy your car? How you gonna get your apartment? How you gonna get your job? How you gonna quit your job? I just get it done. That's just who I am, you know? My last piece of advice for anybody who is interested in quitting a job is sometimes, even when you stick to the plan, things don't always go your way. And I feel like I learned that because even though I was able to secure a job that supplemented a huge chunk of my income, 3 months into the year, I was laid off of that job. But y'all know what else happened after that? A month after I was laid off that job, I was working on my first feature film. 2 months after I was laid off of that job, I was in Atlanta working on Wild 'N Out. And stick to the plan, I'd have been on my way to work right now, sitting in an hour and a half worth of traffic. That was, at this point now, 2 years ago. That was in 2022. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, insane. Hopefully, my story can help y'all make your plan and stick with it and give y'all some faith to stick with it, because that's the hardest part of the process. I just looked at the time. Dang, what's going on? Why my computer 10 minutes off? I thought I had like at least 15 minutes to do what I need to do. I don't. I gotta go now. So with that being said, y'all, and I'm gonna be on set all day. I wish I could show y'all more behind the scenes on set, but with this project, like, I signed an NDA. I can't show y'all anything, but maybe in the future, even on my own projects, I plan to bring you guys on them and like see the vibes and stuff. This is a more talky video than what I usually do. So I want to say, one, I appreciate y'all for even making it this far in the video. Please comment, stick to the plan if you made it this far in the video. Thank you so much. So please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. My mama told me I need to say that. And I will see y'all in the next video. Adios.
Doing nothing, moving too fast. Candy paint with the windows all black, seats creme brulee. What they gon' say? With the top down, screaming money, anything. We up till 6 in the morning. When the sunrise, we'll be on it. Oh, I got 5, boss all live.